Okay, that was unexpected. An unexpected interruption. So after I realized that I'm not super happy with how this watch looks, and I guess also out of boredom, I started looking for another watch. And then somehow online I found this one, which is the Orient Ray. I think this is Ray 2, I believe. And for the reason I explained at the beginning of the video, it resembles, sort of, not exactly, but it sort of resembled the other watch that was given to me as a present by my father. I think that's the reason why I like how this watch looks. This is the only reason. I just like how this watch looks. Purely the looks in this case. Plus, I had never had an automatic watch, so I was curious to use an automatic watch. But this brings me to the next point. My other watches, not the ones that you see here, the ones I had before, especially the last watch that I kept so long, which was gifted to me by my father. I had to replace the battery every year, or at most every 2 years, and I wasn't happy about it because as I said, I don't really wear watches often, but whenever I wanted to wear it, the battery would be out, and then it started pissing me off. So for my third watch, I thought I would get an automatic. So, and I also like, with automatic watches, I also like how the second-hand sweeps. There's no particular reason comparing this automatic watch to another quartz watch. There is no particular reason why you would like it, but it is just one of those things, like, difficult to explain. Why do you like, let's say, red more than blue? No good reason. It's just the way it is. So, and then, but the bracelet of this watch and the thickness of this watch, the bracelet original bracelet was metal. I replaced it because it was too heavy for me. Plus, I live in a very warm climate. It becomes difficult to bear the sweat with the heavy bracelet. I replaced it with this silicone sports bracelet. So far I'm happy with the watch. I don't wear it as much as I wanted to, and I will explain why. And another issue I had with this watch is that I accidentally dropped it. It wasn't totally my fault. I had another bracelet before this one, and that automatically released itself. Apparently, I didn't close it firmly, right? Buckled it up firmly. I don't know. So from my chest level, it dropped on the ground, and after that, a piece inside it was displaced, so it stopped working properly. Fortunately, I was able to get it fixed in a local watch shop in Ankara. So, and it wasn't that expensive. Nothing was broken. It was just displaced, one of the pieces, and the person also, the technician, I should say, he was able to do some maintenance work on it and improved its timekeeping, because it was going fast about a minute every day. Now it has much improved. It's probably haven't gone more than a minute in a week now. So in its original state, it was going a minute daily, going forward, going fast a minute. But now it is working proper after the maintenance. So although it was an unintentional accident, it turned out to work fine. Now, Uh, the last watch is probably the watch that I wear more often, and I will explain why. This is a basic Casio. I bought this watch while I was waiting for the other one to arrive, the Orient to arrive. It's a long story. I'm not going to spend time. So I received the watch about a year after I bought it, but that's a different story. So now, in the meantime, I bought this one locally, still online, but locally. Now, the good things about this watch are, it is much thinner compared to the Orient. It may not be as thin as the Swatch, but close, right? It is close. I think Swatch is 5 or maybe 7 millimeters, and this one, the Casio, is probably, no, the Casio is 7, Swatch is 5, I believe. Yes, that should be the case, and the Orient is 11 or 12, and we can compare Orient to my other watch here, the Decathlon watch. Orient is even thinner than the Decathlon, so if you put them, is it really important how thick the watch is? If you ask me, yes, it is. As a sports watch, I don't mind this one being thick because I only wear it when I'm doing sports or pretty much that's the only time I wear it. To be honest, what I'm trying to say is, I don't mind wearing a thick watch if I don't have sleeves. That's the point, right? Once you have sleeves, because this is too thick to go under the sleeve, to go under the cuff, then it becomes an issue for me. But again, I also don't wear watches all too often. Now, coming back to the Casio. Okay, the main reason I chose this watch is its looks. It is sporty / I would say dressy. Same thing with the Orient as well. I also find this to be a dressy watch, the Orient. Now, it has a sapphire crystal, it says. I don't know much about these crystals. I'm not much of an enthusiast. Not even a collector, not a collector at all, but not even an enthusiast. But I understand sapphire is the toughest screen material, right? The glass material. So that's a plus. And the other selling point for me was that it has a 10-year battery, here as it says. So I was going between a solar watch and this type of watch. It says 10-year battery, so then I decided, okay, so that is long enough, because I was quite frustrated with battery change every year or every other year with my older watches, which was at this point more than 20 years old, a Seiko. So those are the pluses. Another plus is the bracelet. I found that this metal bracelet is the most convenient one for me, because I have a tendency to take off the watch often. As I said, I'm not really used to wearing watches. Whenever I'm wearing them, I take them off quite frequently, and this is quite convenient. I can, release and put it on very quickly compared to my other watches, which have, classical style buckle, and these are both silicone or rubber bracelets or straps. They are soft. This one is a little bit harder, plastic, but these are soft, silicone or rubber, and it is not much of a deal to put them on or remove, but I do it too often. Therefore, this mechanism is quite convenient for me, and that's why I prefer to wear this watch more often than others.